Today, we're going to the Davy Crockett National Forest. Easy to get to, just take I-45 to Centerville and then go east. Centerville. Turn off I-45 on the Highway 7 and then we took a left and now we're going about, according to the telephony, we're going about 50 miles to find the Davy Crockett Ratcliff area. And this is Centerville. Which I've been here before. It does have a nice courthouse. Nice little downtown area. Nice courthouse area. Cute. Some cute little buildings over there, little houses made up into selling stuff. Nice area, nice house, nice little place. Now, on to Ratcliff. Crockett 29, Nacogdoches 85. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, there is ongoing long-term bridge construction upon this Highway 7 on your way to the Ratcliff Recreation Area. You will need to be cautious. There is a bridge that is narrow. You don't want to meet an 18-wheeler on it if you have an RV. So, take that into consideration when you see some signs that say road construction. Believe me, there is road construction. It will be going on for a long time. Take care. As campers, we are mostly used to seeing an entry type booth, some sort of structure there where you can talk to a state park person or a Corps of Engineer person and let them know you're coming in. Hopefully you have reservations. Not the same thing with these national forests. Several different versions, but very rarely will you find a person. You need to get online and make your reservations before you go. Just the wise thing to do. We entered this national forest and we came upon just kind of a wide spot in the road with a big sign that says stop, pay here. Now that is an assumption that you don't have reservations and that there are reservations available or sites available. We did have reservations we had made online, and when we did get inside there and find where we needed to be, where our spot was, there was a card on a post there that showed that it was reserved for the dates we had it reserved. And so that's what you need to do. You need to not show up at the National Forest without reservations, because there may not be reservations. There may not be a spot for you, and they may be taken. So, word to the wise, you're going to have to get online and make those reservations. This spot has a wide spot in the road, as I say, with general information, this and that. And assuming that there are spots or something, they have a place there for you to leave money and fill out a form and leave some money there as to make a reservation. It is somewhat, how should I say it, not not the best. It is not. It does not look the best. It is. It works, I suppose. And again, not the best. They have a spot where a metal box you can put your paperwork and your money in, your cash, I assume. And this is it. Make your reservations online. That's the best.
We'll go down there and see. Should be on your post, whatever campsite you got.
Yeah, we got like campsite number
reserved for
17.
Yeah, we're 17. What one are y'all?
I'm just in to fish for a few minutes. I'm on my way
Oh,
back home
okay.
from out of town.
Well, I'm in
Did
your
they
way.
change
We're
this
in
or
your
something? Because it looked like on.
This right here is brand new.
Yeah, because on my the thing I was on the phone, I had to make a hurry and turn in. I'd already passed it because it
Yeah,
took
we
me
just
a mile down the road. There.
yeah, we told the phone, take us to Ratcliff thing, and then there's the sign,
we're
and she
trying to
pulls in,
traffic
and we
light.
run
Let's
in.
go.
And
There's a big line.
thanks. Well, good luck with your fishing. Now then,
Turn right.
as we
Then
were
take the
going
first
in this
left.
site, we had never been here before. One thing I would recommend is if you have a pull car or someone driving along behind you, something like that, someone with your party, I would recommend pulling over on one of these parking lots on the entrance and leaving the big RV there
Turn left.
and
Then take the first left onto
getting
Forest
in your
Service
pull
Road
car
520.
or unhooking your
Turn
pull
left
car
onto
and
Forest Service Road
driving
520.
around the park in an automobile or a pickup or whatever you're pulling, and finding your spot beforehand and knowing where you're going.
In 1.5 miles,
It's
turn
probably
left.
not wise to be driving around in the big RV looking for your place, because some of these little roads here can get tight and some of the spots could leave you kind of in a lurch there. Drive around first, take a look if there's any way you can. This is a beautiful park. It is well worth all the effort.
Listen.
But you do need to use some good common sense
Turn
before
right.
you come.
Then take the first left.
Thank you, and have some fun.
Sites 1 through 11.
Yeah.
Fifth sites 1
It's
through
10th string. Okay. Anyway, so did you get to miss it?
Here's something.
Yeah, I think we found the right area.
Only
Yeah.
Camping.
Yeah. It don't look like a very good area for our RV though.
Camping. Dogwood Loop. Dogwood
This
Loop.
is
what
us
we're
and
supposed
it's
to do?
big trees. Yeah, this is us. Dogwood Loop. I think
Loop.
this is us. Yeah, I think this is us. Boy, there's big trees on both sides of the road.
Three big trees and a 6-foot wide road.
Everywhere. But I guess
Look, there's water. They have water in
they
it.
got in there weekend. So
There's
anyway,
some water thing.
okay, yeah, I'll call you back after a while. Bye. There's a bus. We're 17
This is spot 15. So we should remember something else.
This bus is big. About 40 foot. 16.
That says 16.
And it's reserved, so keep on going down.
Okay, well this should be 17, and there it is.
Is that it?
That says 17.
Oh, good. Can we get in there?
17 reserved.
Through the 15th? Say 10 through 15?
I can't read it
Yeah.
from here.
They don't have a ticket or anything for us.
No.
There's something down there.
Let me see.
It says trees are reading.
In half a mile, turn left.
There's only 2 vehicles, so it's reserved from 11. What is today anyway? 11 something to 11:15. Guest DC. Driveway park only.
Did
do see the sign out there that says, "Oh look, there's water here."
Mm-hmm.
You think, hmm.
Oh, there's like 5 hookers for water. You can run your water, all of them run their water up there. You imagine the power that you got for the water.
And that's bathroom. Bathroom. That's site 34. Right there. Looks like that might actually be Davy. Hold on. Side 36. Vehicles on roads and spurs only. 38. There's 39. I can't even see where that's supposed to be. Can you see where that's
It don't matter. I don't know.
over there?
They're all booked.
Well, I'm trying to think of doing a little video. Here's site so and so, okay? Site 40. That one actually, oh my
That was
gosh,
the one we
this
were trying
has
to get.
this has some concrete in the front
That was
of
the
it.
one we were supposed to get, but it was all booked. That's the one that lady told me. And it was booked every time we looked at it.
Okay, now once you leave the Dogwood Drive camping spots for the RVs, you will come to a junction and go to your left, follow the road around until you come to Loblolly Loop. This loop is very, very lovely loop, plenty of trees, beautiful spot. All the camping sites here are tent camping. There are no RV spots available in this loop. There is parking places for cars, and there may be electricity. I believe they might have electricity and water down there, but they are strictly for tent camping the entire Loblolly Loop, starting with spot number 41, going around to spot number 51. There's only one spot there with an RV, and that is for the caretaker there. No RV camping there.
Park host, the park host for this loop site.
And now he has sewer and his setup and everything.
Yeah.
Campground host.
Okay, now once you circle the Loblolly Loop, you can again take a right turn, follow the road around. Very, very beautiful road. Huge trees. You take this road, be sure to look up. You would be amazed at the trees. The height of those things, their size. Beautiful drive. You can follow this road along this beautiful drive down to what they call the Sawmill Loop. this was the location of the sawmill, which in the 1900s cut, basically, as I understand it, all the trees around here, and was in operation for some 20 years. There are signs posted and various information area things here, of which you will get along. We will get into that just a little bit. Thanks.
Yeah. You would think they would have some parking here by big thing. And there's not. And then the thing says do not block. I'm gonna just stop. And I'm gonna go around that.
There's parking right there.
I see. Well, I'm going to try to make this readable, although I guess this is a plastic cover on here, and it is really something tough. Louisiana and Texas Lumber Company, safety rules, safety first and always, rules and regulations, something. We have some pictures. 3 views of a mill thought to be the 4C mill, although it may have been a contemporary. Note the portals on the bottom of the chip silo. These features are still visible on the foundation a short distance away. And this says office building and commissary, Texas Louisiana Lumber Company. And the bottom one here shows 2 guys chopping. I really can't even read the writing. Something in bucking timber. And another picture which is really difficult to see. It says downtown Ratcliff at height of 4C mill operation, and Ratcliff, Texas circa 1917. And another picture of the mill operations. Let's see what's on the other side. Oh, at least we can read that. Site plan for C Mill, Louisiana, Texas Lumber Company, 1902, 1920. 1 inch equals 20 feet. And the commissary and offices. For 4C mill. A large picture of where it was with roads. Until 1899, the vast pine stands of East Texas remained virtually untouched by man. Well, but in that year, the nation's need for building products created interest in these virgin timberlands. In October 1899, R.M. Keith, Keith, began buying lands in Houston County for the Central Coal and Coke Company of Kansas City. For the Central Coal and Coke Company of Kansas City, Missouri. In all, 120,000 acres of virgin pine timber were acquired, along with a small sawmill owned by a local pioneer, J.H. Ratcliff. This small mill was used to produce the necessary materials for constructing a much larger mill dubbed the 4C mill. By June 1902, the 4C was producing 350,000 board feet of lumber per day. The mill complex encompassed 14 acres and included a bandsaw operation, planing mill, dry kilns, sheds, shops, commissary, and worker housing. Power for the machinery was provided by 7 large boilers, which were fueled from a large circular sawmill burner. At its peak, nearly 10,000 people resided in the mill town and nearby Ratcliff. By 1917, the mill had processed all available timber greater than 12 inches in diameter. Some secondary cuts of smaller timbers were made between 1917 and 1920, but they were not enough to keep the operation profitable. By 1920, the mill had ceased operations. All of its equipment was sold and moved, leaving only a bare landscape and these brick foundations. The dam for the mill pond was breached and the land turned over to agricultural production. Let's see what else. And a country with no regard for its past will have little worth remembering in the future. Abraham Lincoln. Like a great history book, your national forest in Texas held the story of more than 8,000 years of human occupation. Most of us know about the major historical events related to settlements by early French and Spanish colonists, trappers, agriculturalists, and loggers. But we seldom realize that over 99% of the record of human life in North America was made by countless numbers of people who did not leave a written record. That was the American Indians. Without written records, we must look for other evidence of the way humans lived in the past, evidence existing on the ground in the form of prehistoric and historic archaeological objects and sites. The physical remains of human behavior. These cultural resources include rock shelters, campsites, petrographs, old buildings, pottery, arrow points, stone tools, and historic farmsteads, to name only a few. Archaeologists can examine these remains and, with many new methods and techniques of recovery and analysis, interpret the past with great accuracy. But once a single object is carelessly removed from a prehistoric or early historic site, the record is damaged and incomplete, much as a book would be incomplete if words were erased or pages were torn from it. This evidence of the past is part of America's cultural heritage, which belongs to all Americans. It is our legacy left to us by peoples who lived in our land, met the challenge of the environment without modern technology, and left us a cultural heritage which extends back over 10,000 years. This heritage is a precious gift from generations of past Americans. The Forest Service manages these cultural resources in a manner which recognizes their significance and provides their protection. The search for information about the history and prehistory of Texas is continuing past. When the Forest Service completes its inventory of cultural resources, it will use the information to clarify the story of human occupation of Texas. You can help preserve America's cultural heritage by leaving archaeological and historical remains undisturbed, encouraging others to do the same, and reporting your discoveries to the Forest Service personnel. The Civilian Conservation Corps Camp F4 Ratcliff Lake. We have some pictures that are seeable. Camp 4F Ratcliff Lake. Entrance to Ratcliff Lake, circa 1938. Reforestation was one of the primary tasks assigned to the Corps. Here seedlings are prepared for planting. CCC, construction crews, 1938. CCC enrollee making the shingles to be used in construction of facilities on national forests in Texas. And CCC enrollees prepared large beams for construction. Interesting. And evidently this is a part of the construction of the camp that was left. Just some brick remains. Overgrown. I might walk down here a bit. Make sure I don't get snake bit. Goodness. Oh my goodness. Looks like it's part of a foundation of a foundry of something. Lots of moss growing on the things here. Goodness. And we shall call it a done thing here. Wasn't very wide. And I'm not going to take it, but I'm going to look at a brick that is here. Just perhaps here for bacon today. We don't eat. Picture of it outdoorsy.
And it looks about the same, but it's not.
Okay, now, once we gone past the Dogwood Drive, from the Dogwood Drive between the sites number 19 and number 33, there is a small crossroad there that leads to the Dogwood Loop. The Dogwood Loop has sites number 20 all the way around to site number 31. Beautiful area. It can be a little bit tight if you have a really big RV. The road isn't real wide and stuff, but it is accessible. One interesting point about the Dogwood Loop is that each campsite, or I should say every campsite, doesn't appear to have its own water source. They all have their own electricity. There is a very nice public bathroom shower type thing which we'll show, but you have to share a water faucet with a neighbor on several of these sites. The water faucet type thing has several hookups to it, so you can basically share the water site, and that's okay, but you very well may need an extra long water hose. I had an extra water hose. We did not use this, but I always carry an extra one just in case. And I would recommend that you carry an extra hose or even two just in case. You just never know.
It's by the park coast.
I bet it is, but even if it's the park hose, they say if it's not there, what number is that one?
Site closed.
Site closed 23.
23.
That's probably the one where they have sewer on site 23.
That's it.
I don't see. I see water and electric here on site 24, and it's a pretty nice site. It actually looks a little unlevel at the back. Yep, it does actually look a little level. 24. Here's the ambulance guy.
Oh, he's even got on level for the front seat.
Yeah.
Got a kayak.
Yeah, he's pulled in there. 24, 25. I don't see it.
It don't look like what I thought it would.
I think it's probably basic. Here's site. Is that just a tent site?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
There's a big nice RV over there.
Yeah. I don't see a number.
26, I guess.
26. There, 28. Nice and level. 29, nice and level. It's over on our right.